Okay, so it looks like the ban might possibly be going through on Sunday. And I have been, much like everybody else, taking in a lot of what people have to say, their thoughts, their hopes and wishes, their delusions, same. But this has kind of given me a lot of thought about my future online and where I want to be, what I want to do. I have never in my life ever thought that I wanted to be an influencer because that was just not even a real thing when I got onto the internet. I just knew I wanted to be a rock star. I just knew I wanted to sing. I knew I wanted to entertain. I wanted to be able to create. And the creator world online, when that was opened up, was just so amazing because it felt accessible for people like me who at one point in time, in order to be a creative and make a living off of it, you're always told you had to know somebody. So it's always who you know, or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who got somebody into the record studio, or somebody who knows somebody who was able to get them enough money to fund their first EP. Never before has the ability to be able to make a living off of your creative pursuits been so attainable to everybody. But at the same token, it's never been attainable to me. And I don't say that to beat myself up. I don't say that to, in a self-piteous kind of way. I just say it I've never made a living off of being online, even though I've been online for, at this point, a decade. And knowing this and then kind of deciding what I want to do with my future, I don't want to go onto another app, if I'm being honest. I am 31 years old and, at some point I have been there, done that, and I just don't feel like doing it anymore. I've seen the alternative. It looks cute. It looks fine. I do kind of have my own personal thoughts on people just colonizing a whole other app, but that's neither here nor there. To be honest, I kind of want to use this time because this has already been a thought in my mind, right? With the TikTok ban, we are all going to have to reevaluate how we consume and produce. We're all going to have to reevaluate how we go about not only creating entertainment, but how we also get entertainment. Because at one point, I was able to just turn on the TV and cable was there for me. And most of our cable programs are gone. We are reliant on streaming, which means we also don't really own anything. I think that we are going to heavily see the effects of that. I'm not saying we aren't already, but I think we're going to heavily see the effects of that when TikTok is gone. Not only are we going to see the effects of that in society where people aren't able to, economically is what I'm trying to say, where people aren't able to make their money and they're not able to promote themselves as easily, but also just in how we're going to try and figure out how we're going to entertain ourselves this whole time. The whole joke about touching grass, we're going to have to see a mass group of people learning how to touch grass and reevaluating their relationships with their phones. And I have already been kind of doing that. My phone is heavy. I have a little light on top of it right now because I just wanted to film this. Okay, if I'm being honest with you, I just wanted to film this. So this film setup, very not practical. My phone is heavy. But I have already been, like most people, reevaluating my relationship with my phone. But here's the thing, I still love being an artist. But I do really, really want to create, and I really want to enjoy creating, and I really want to enjoy teaching, and I really want to enjoy my space online. And people are talking about we can just go on Instagram and blah, 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 but Instagram is not the same. And I kept thinking today, I'm like, why is Instagram not the same as TikTok? Why does it not feel like the same vibes? Because in so many ways it should feel the same, because even if you wanted to scroll almost like a TikTok feed, you should be able to just go to the Reels section and have a similar experience. But for some reason, it doesn't feel the same. And I realized, number one, it's because everything on there feels like it's like a production. Everything on there feels like it's so professional, and it's kind of intimidating as just a person that might be hopping on the app. But also on another level, I had just personally gotten so comfortable. I started to get it really comfortable with just showing up and making myself be heard, showing myself off, all of that, which is so important as an artist. One of the hardest things to do as an artist, because it feels so vulnerable, is to just show up. And I'd gotten so comfortable with being able to do that on TikTok. It doesn't feel like you can just show up on Instagram. It feels like you need to have a finished product. It feels like you need to be finished. Like, I could never just show up on there looking like this because it just wouldn't do that well on there, which is another thing, okay? On TikTok, I'm kind of okay with my things getting lost in the void, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm okay with that. And I think that's because I'm so aware that there's just so much content being pumped out all the time, and you see it. You see how varied the content is. Our feeds are the algorithm is so varied in what it shows you. So you're so aware of the fact that there's just so many people and there's so much content being pumped out that it's easy and okay to kind of get lost in the shuffle. There's on Instagram, they make it seem like it's like a personal slight. Like, you done fucked up if you do not get the numbers you need to reach. They show you front and center on your page. Like, if you have like a creator page or something, your analytics are front and center to be accessed because they want you to pay attention to those numbers. And on TikTok, I'll be honest, I don't know if I've ever checked out my numbers. And I guess that's probably what makes me not a good creator, the fact that I haven't checked out my numbers, but I don't want to. And I don't feel a need to. I know that they're there. I know that if I ever want to, those numbers are very accessible, but TikTok doesn't hound me for, not doing well with my numbers. It just, every once in a while, give me one of those things that's like, promote this video or whatever, but I could so easily just like ignore it. And it's easy to ignore it on that app. Whereas on Instagram, they are hardcore pushing you to just get high numbers, which in turn makes you feel like you need to create things that are going to do well on that app, which robs you a bit of your own creativity because now you're not creating and sharing, you're creating for the app and sharing. And I think I'm wording that in a weird way, where it doesn't sound exactly like it's different, but these are two very different things. Like, it would be like if I, like right now I'm about to start knitting or crocheting a scarf, and I'm crocheting this because like I need a scarf, but also because I just want to create something tangible with my hand. I'm creating this and I'll probably share it on my page. That is creating something and then sharing it, as opposed to, oh, my feed is churning out a bunch of content about scarves because it's winter. If I was a crocheting page, the best thing for me to do to keep trending is to start crocheting this scarf so that I can then share it onto my feed. Like, that's a different kind of thought process. And I think that thought process sneaks up on you. I don't think we always recognize that that's how we're working. But I think as an artist, you almost can't work from that freely. You almost can't work freely from that mind space. You need to be able to create, then share. I am an artist through and through. Everything about me is creativity, even my look, which is, a whole other thing with like popping on Instagram. I feel like I need to have my makeup done and stuff like that. But like, listen, my makeup for me is just an extension of my art. My body is a canvas. It's all an extension of my art. I'm not supposed to look like I'm in drag 24/7 because I'm not. You know what I mean? So for me to feel pressure to have to look a particular way means that in order for me to ever share a message that I really want to share, like in order for me to have conversations like this on Instagram, I would have to put makeup on because that's what people expect from me on there. And like, that's telling me that I have to curate myself in a particular way in order to be palatable for an audience on that platform. And like, I just think as an artist, that's just a very, very hard mindset to work from. If I'm doing anything to this, it's because I want to. It's because creatively I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling sparked to do so, If I'm making a scarf, it's because I'm creatively feeling inclined to do so, or something inspired me to do so. I definitely do agree that it's bad that TikTok's being banned. And I don't want to get into the politics of it and really the economics of it because we are aware of the politics and the economics about it. If you're not aware, then, go find a video about that. But on like a personal level, I am okay to a degree with not being as prevalent on these apps. I'm okay with TikTok, not being banned. And I actually just put all of my apps, I took them off my phone and I put them all on my iPad. That way, I can still access my apps, right? I still can be online. I'm not going to be as online as I have been in the past. And I think for me, that's a good move. I think that allows me balance. I think that allows me, like I said, to still be able to consume content if I want to, but I'm also going to be forced, because I'm not just like carrying my iPad around with me all the time. I'm going to be forced to have to find other ways to fill up my time. And I have been. I've really been getting into reading books. I'm also trying to connect to my deaf culture. And so I'm also teaching myself sign right now and getting to know a little bit more about like my deaf history. These are very, very welcome pursuits to me, because I don't think I would have been as inspired to do so if I was so focused on creating for these apps. These apps, what happens is it sneaks into your brain. You think you have full autonomy, but ultimately we're all just systems. We're all just products of patterns. And one moment you're just scrolling and it's fun and it's whimsical and you're only doing it for 10 minutes. And then the next moment you're doing it and it's for hours. Okay. And then your screen time is 13 hours a day. And I'm saying that from personal experience. Okay. Like, that's criminal. 13 hours a day, I could have been creating. I could have been in the club, okay? I could have been doing anything else. I could have been creating. And then I also could have been posting it after the fact if I felt so compelled to. You know what I mean? I don't have to just watch the world happening in front of me and then go, the world is all doing this. Okay. Well, subliminally, I don't realize it, but then now I'm going to start doing this too. Like, we don't have to work that way. So all this to say, I have deleted my apps and put them on my iPad. So they're not gone, but they're definitely not going to be front and center. I'm probably going to be using YouTube more, because I can just pop on here, speak my shit, and then log off. I also kind of want to use my blog because I'm a photographer and I really do enjoy photography, but I just feel like I was talking to my friend Mila about it. Like, the thing about Instagram as well, and being like, we're like OG Tumblr girls, okay? So I think that should give you a little bit of background as well as to why I have the feelings that I have. Like, at one point, we used to just make stuff. And we used to just sit on our computers, on our laptops, and just edit the hell out of them just for funsies. And it was so much fun. And to this day, I find that so much fun. But the algorithms don't favor it. And honestly, I'm at a point, not in a defeatist way, but just in like okay, that's fine. I'll just take my art elsewhere. I'm at a point where I just don't really want to post on Instagram and like make the effort of posting on Instagram if it's just not going to be perceived. I'd much rather be a failure on my own website than be a failure on somebody else's. If I'm being so honest, like, I would much rather, and then at least I own my art too, right? Because the other thing is AI, and that's, oh my God, that's a whole other beast. But like, at least I own my art. If I'm posting it onto my own website, at least I could give y'all background as to why I created a certain piece or why I took pictures the way that I did, like, at least it's mine, and I have more freedom if it's on my own website. So I think I'm going to be using my own website more. And it's not to say I'll be off of social media, because I'm definitely still going to be on it. It's just my time is definitely going to be used in a more creative way. In 2025, I want to be free. And I want to be an artist. And the irony of saying I want to be free in this political climate, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to think too deeply on that. I just want to be an artist again. And I don't want to be a content creator. I'm sorry. I don't want to be consumed with what it is to be a content creator. I've started having fun with fashion again because I've stopped scrolling so much. I've stopped internalizing everything on the internet because now I'm not thinking about, do I fit this aesthetic? Do I fit this core? Personal style does not live in an aesthetic and a core. Personal style lives in your own world. It lives in your lifestyle. It lives in your own personal taste, and it lives from your own dare to be expressive, creative, and play in the closet you already own, okay? And I have been having so much fun playing in my closet. And I want to return to that. And so these are my thoughts right now. Like I said, I will probably be posting more on here because I can just like turn on my phone, put on a light, and just jab my jaws, you know? So until the next video, bye.